Yeah, so my daughter got sick, and after about a couple of months or so, we brought her to hospital, and we found out that she had a brain tumor, and uh, because her condition deteriorated very fast, and there's just, I mean, the doctors say that even if the she needs a surgery, and even if it works, I mean, it's only 50% chance, and if it works, she would not have eyesight, and she will need to have two pipes installed here for the rest of her life, and she may also have problem moving and everything. So I decided not to do the surgery and try to find other solutions. I did consider trying to bring to energy therapy, but the therapist could not help. Uh, and tried acupuncture, it didn't help much, and I I was also reading about this traditional methods of transferring a patient's illness into an egg or an animal, but uh, the way they explain it is really, uh, I mean, it's not logical. It's very weird. So we didn't try that, but the so she passed away. There was not much I could do for her. So at that point, I was like, what's the point of learning all this? I mean, it doesn't help, right? So I stopped. I didn't. I don't want to learn anything about the energy anymore. I stopped. I stopped, and then I was busy with just making uh, making programming website, desktop website, stuff like that. But going forward, in 2007, so my parents told me that their Reiki business is going down the hill. So I think uh, because I believe I understand more than them, so I think as a son, I should try to help them. So I decided to go along with them in one of their trips. And back then, they usually travel from town to town in Java, and sometimes in Sumatra also. Sometimes also going to Kalimantan and also Sulawesi. So I try following them to find out what's wrong. I mean, why people are just not so interested anymore? Is it really because of the uh, we're running out of market, or maybe other causes? Then that's when I discover the fact that uh, it's simply like that. Out the habit of the all the Reiki institution is like this: anybody get sick, you give them some treatment for free, and then you tell them that they should learn Reiki, and then they should heal themselves. So the idea is everybody should learn Reiki. Ah, okay. In my mind, it's like, why would you make someone learn something that has not been proven to help them? Okay, that's one. And two, there's also this thing that because of the claim that recovery, that the healing comes from God alone, and we're just mediums who do God's will. So that's what they keep telling people. Uh, so that out of 100 people that they treat or they ask to learn Reiki, usually only about 2 of them actually recover or actually find good use of Reiki. 98 does not. So only 2% roughly the success rate. But because of the whole thing about that recovery and healing is only from God. So when you do not recover, when you don't get anything, it's because God is not willing to give you. So that way, when you treat 100 people, 98 didn't get anything, they all don't say anything, they just stay quiet. But the 2 that actually recovered, that actually get some use from it, they like, "Alright, God bless me," and everything, and then they start to telling everybody. And this is the reason why Reiki was booming in the first place. But you can't keep that going forever. This is also the reason why after several years, the number of people who are interested in it dwindled down very fast, because people are realizing that they just don't, they don't receive any real benefits from it. Okay, so 98% don't receive any real benefit, only 2% does. So my conclusion at the time, okay, so there's too many bullshits. Okay, we should scrap the bullshit and find what really works. Okay, Reiki doesn't work. Hey, how about Kundalini? Is it true that this Kundalini thing is only, for spiritual purposes and it's dangerous and blah 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 blah? Okay, how about I try to find the way to harness the energy. So at that time, from what I see, my Kundalini is only like about around the position of my third lumbar. Okay, so it's not very high. And then I try to focus my attention to that point, and I feel there's some reaction. Okay, I feel some reaction. It feels like energy building up, so I just let it build up, then it builds up, and then it sort of find a way through to here, to my hand, and then I feel it start flowing out of my middle finger. Okay, so after I feel that, I think, okay, how about I try to use this to do therapy on some people that has already been tried to Reiki and doesn't work. Okay, Reiki doesn't work on them. So I first tried on somebody who has stomach problem. Every time we do Reiki, it feels a little bit better, but a few hours afterward, it just coming back, all the pain the same. So I do that on him. Then it worked, and after a few hours, it's still okay. It's not completely goes away the pain, no, but it's reduced to 30% and it stays stable. Even 2 days after that, I called him and asked him. He said, "Yeah, it's quite stable, but it's not gone yet." So I said, maybe next time we meet, we'll try it again. So then 2 weeks after that, we meet again. So the guy was in Bandung, so I went to Bandung quite often at the time. So I do it again, and it comes down to 10%. Not gone yet, it's still slight pain, but it's way better, and then it's still stable. So that's why I know, okay, so we can actually use Kundalini to heal people. I mean, all the books are just, about this being dangerous and only spiritual thing. I think they just bullshit. But I don't know yet, is the thing that I use really Kundalini or not. I'm not so sure yet, okay? So that's something that I have to figure out. Is it really Kundalini or not? So I go back to the books, but I not reading modern book this time. I try to read older books, some things that comes from the previous century, to see if they're the same. But of course, most of the books in the old days are not in English; they're in Sanskrit, so they're like hard work. Okay, so I was reading it by copying and paste to the online dictionary. Yeah, like stupid. But yeah, I actually did that. So that's how I get some more insight into the Kundalini. So okay, I'll continue next video.